Hello, Internet, and welcome to the Nintendo Sushi kind of discussion more than a review of Mario Party 10. My name is Ace, and joining me here today, we have history's favourite president, Gabraham Lincoln.
In the streets!
In the streets, indeed, my good friend. Okay, so we've had this game a while. I think we're going to be uploading the video today. It come out today. Mm-hmm. We've had this, I don't know, a week or something. We've had a good play of it.
Yeah, we have.
You've played it more than I have, which because here at Nintendo Sushi we kind of have decided to do things a certain way where I play the majority of the handheld games that come out, you play the majority of console games that come out, they handle it that way. And then we kind of bring this to you where we kind of discuss about the game rather than review and say, right, it's 4 out of 5.
Yeah, like we're not going to slap a number or a letter.
We're just going to discuss it, like whether we liked it, what was good, rolls. What was bad, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So how many sushi rolls would you have? So, you talk about it, I mean.
Okay. Well, comparing it to the other Mario parties, like, I thought, as I was playing it, it's very similar to the others. In the sense of
the thing is, this is the first time Nintendo have made one in a long time.
Yeah, it is, yes.
Since obviously Hudson...
Is it Mario Party 7 or 6?
I'm not sure.
Last one that they made?
Maybe even it. I'm not sure. I thought
the last one they made was the first one on the GameCube.
I can't remember. I just can't remember. But Hudson have done it for a while. I think they've gone bust or something now. I don't think that studio exists anymore. So actually, Nintendo made this one, so I had really high hopes for it, thinking that Nintendo have got it. It's their own baby. I'm not sure which development studio made it. I'm not sure if I'll say it, but yeah. I mean, talk about it. Go loud.
First of all, it's a beautiful game. Like, it sort of... Again, it's that kind of... It looks like Mario 3D World, so similar to, like, Captain Toad, like, where it's done in that engine. It looks really pretty. My main kind of... The main things that I liked about it... Because I'm going to go for stuff that I really liked about it first. I like the way it kind of mixed it up a bit with the Bowser Party. Because we just played a couple of Bowser Parties this morning.
Yeah, we played one where it was both on the good team, and then one where I played as Bowser.
So that's so the Bowser Party, like, you can either go in the car, and like people escaping Bowser, or one of you can play as Bowser and the rest of the party plays as the people in the car.
And I'm maybe wrong in saying, but I think that's the only where you can play 5-player is with Bowser, because you've got one on the
gamepad
controllers.
And that's quite intense. Like, there were some moments where I was like, oh no, like, we had to go back 2 spaces, and I was like, oh no, I don't, like, he's going to catch up to me, and if he catches up to me, like, I'm going to lose all my lives. And I also like the fact that it runs like the game, in that Bowser's trying to take all your lives off you, similar to how he is in any Mario game. And when you run out of lives, you, like, die. Which is, I like that. That was like, it was like playing the game. Playing one of the
thing
games.
I was like, always didn't like, I think it was maybe 8 or something where they introduced where everyone was in a car, a single car, and I was like, this kind of sucks, and I didn't really play those ones. And then this one, I was like, ugh. But then the game is within the car of who can survive the longest. But more on the Bowser one, it's more it's a team effort.
Yeah, we're all trying to beat Bowser.
Whereas on the other ones, it's kind of like there's that meta game of there being like. The hearts and everything like that, like within the actual cart.
Yeah,
so it's like
it's stars when you whoever's got the most stars.
Yeah.
Sorry, in the cart. Yeah. My main issue with it. Okay, my main issue, is there's a couple, but I think the main one's pacing still. Like, I still don't think that the pacing's where it should be. In that, like, it is like, then it's this person's go, then it's this person, then it's this person's go. Like, I wish there was a fast forward button. Do you know, just so that you can see what's going on, but just in a faster mode. Kind of similar to which game did that? Was it Bravely Default, where you could fast forward a little bit? I think it was. But similar to that, where you could just fast forward goes. Like, and that was kind of the main thing for me, is if you're at a party, like, you want something fast paced that's going to keep people's attention. Because, like, you know, if it's... I felt like that person who's like... You have a party and then someone's like, oh, I've got this new board game made by, French linguists or whatever, and then it ends up being the most boring thing. You know, like, that board game that everyone's like, oh, I don't want to play this.
You need new friends.
Yeah. Can't we just play Twister or whatever?
Or just not.
I'll just drink and party and do good things. So yeah, it kind of had that feeling of, if I brought around people who weren't Nintendo players, I think they'd get bored. and I think I was committing to it because.
Well, with a lot of the mini games, I felt like I know we're darting all over the place here, but live with it.
It's a discussion.
So the mini games felt like there was like 1 or 2 mini games. Maybe 3, but they were just coated in different licks of paint.
Yeah, you was either moving your remote,
which doesn't work.
No, I don't know why we're still trying to make.
Even with the Wii Motion Plus, everything like that, all the mini games where you're tilting or doing all that stuff. The football one, how awkward is that?
It was awkward to play, and it was
just like.
But then I'll come to its defense a little bit in the kind of it was similar to like how in Resident Evil the fact that the tank controls made it scarier. In
I
made
think
it
a lot
funnier.
Of them, I think a lot of them was just bad controls. I do think a lot of them was bad controls.
There was a lot of that.
Then the actual mini games, these ones where you're jumping over stuff, or like going on a certain path. They're the only ones where there's any sort of skill involved. And then there's basically the ones where it's complete luck. Yeah. There's no other way about it. It's just luck.
Which I'm alright with a lot of the time because that's what board games are. Like board games are a game of luck.
But when it's like a mini game and you're going in, you're all, that's supposed to be.
Yeah, like,
it's supposed to be like a board game, advanced.
Like the bingo one was a little bit like. It was anyone's game. Like the bingo one.
There was loads of them where it was just like arbitrary at the end, like who wins and stuff. Which Mario Party's known for. I mean, it's fine when you're in a party and you're just having a laugh. I suppose it's not like a game where you're trying
exactly. It's not like you're there serious, like getting genuinely annoyed. Like sometimes it's funny. Like I like the fact that there's one of the options. Like I don't think you saw this, but when I was playing through it, one of the options is do you know when you have the Bowser gets like the choices of things that it'll give you, so you'll either like take away half your stats or do all these things. So like it goes on like a roulette wheel, and one of them is get 10,000 stars. So then you think like if it lands on that, and it landed on that with mine, and I was like, so Bowser's gonna give me 10,000 stars, and then he just laughs and goes, do you really think I'd do that? And then just takes all your stars off you. Well, like it's got a really good sense of humour.
It's really funny.
It's funny, it's really funny.
It looks gorgeous.
It looks beautiful.
There's loads of like extra animations that they didn't need to put in there, like extra sort of things that Bowser does, and like loads of little touches where you wouldn't think to do anything, but they have done something, and it makes it so much better.
I like that Bowser also destroys the board as he runs through, and that looks really cool.
Everything looks really good. It looks great. But my biggest problem with it is the Amiibo one. Yeah. The fuck was that about?
So the deal is with the Amiibo one is. Now some of that I'm alright with, like the theme boards. That's quite
I'm not about the game.
Yeah, but the game itself was weird. It was kind of a circular board, but you had to collect stars. Yeah, it was circular or square sometimes, but it was different shapes. The peach one I think is a circle.
Right, okay.
But anyway, you've got to go around the board as many times as you can collecting stars.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how many times you go on the board.
No, it doesn't matter how many times you go on. It's just whoever gets the most stars. Yeah.
So.
But the main thing is, it's how you use the Amiibo. So I think the deal is, when I was playing it, I was like, this would be alright if I was sat, like, kind of like we're sat now. There was a TV there, we had the gamepad there, and we was all holding our own Amiibo. Like, that would have been alright.
The dice rolling bit.
Yeah, but the fact that, like, that's not everyone's setup. Like, not everyone has it in there.
It was so, forced in.
So the deal
Amiibo
is, imagine this is the gamepad, right?
Yeah.
So for it to be your go, first of all, you scan in your Amiibo for it to be your go. Then the dice comes up, and then you scan your Amiibo again, and then like thingy him off so it throws the dice, and then you bring him back. And then when it lands, whatever it lands on, you're probably gonna have to.
I think that's just what.
No, that's just what we were doing for fun. And then I think when it lands, you've then got to scan again to take whatever it is that it gets.
There was loads of stuff like where it was like, oh, thingy that, and you're like, fucking hell.
And it was a little bit unnecessary.
Forced.
Yeah, it was a little bit like,
forced.
why do I have to scan my Amiibo? Like, can't I just press a button to roll it? It's like, it's nice. Like, one thing I will say about it is they really have gone like all in with Amiibo support in that it's a full section of the game that's not available to anyone else. And when you've got the Amiibos and you do it, and it uses the Amiibos, but it just seems...
Yeah, but it was in a really tactile way. It was like they were trying to use the Amiibos.
It felt like that,
It wasn't like, which Nintendo still need, because I don't think even Smash does this. They need, like, something where Amiibo makes sense, not Amiibo's tacked in.
Yeah. But in terms of, like... A lot of it I had fun. I did have fun for quite a lot of it. And I think that some of the mini-games, like, I like the golf one, where it's either a golf ball or a bomb, and you got to press it on the right bit.
I didn't play that one.
No, you didn't play that one. I like the one where you were climbing. That was good, but it was hard. The one
yeah,
where
that was
Bowser's
like
climb.
use the old like international track and field.
Yeah,
thing
yeah.
Like tapping the fingers real close. And
it looks
you
like
get, like a milk bottle lid and everything.
It's something that looks like the last level of 3D World, like where he's climbing up the thing trying to get you.
Yeah.
There was also like I didn't mind the ones where like the one with the bees where it's kind of moving around the screen. You've got to jump and you got to like avoid all these things. Like and there was also one that you didn't play as well, which is like bobsleighs. That was a really good one, and they're going really quick. And you've got to like move left and right to avoid things, like go on the right lanes. Kind of like a Sonic game. It's kind of like Sonic Lost World kind of thing where you have to get on the right rails. That was pretty fun. So there is some really fun stuff in there, and I do genuinely think like I think it's one of the things that if you had 4 or 5 people that loved Nintendo. First of all, I think they've got to be Nintendo fans to enjoy it.
I disagree here. I think if you're at a party, whether you're a Nintendo fan or not, and you've got a couple beers and you just sat around, I think this will be the only enjoyable way to play this game.
I just don't know whether the commitment's there for someone. Like if I'd have a couple of beers or whatever, like I'd do this because I'm a Nintendo fan. I'd be like, oh no, it'll be good. But if I didn't care about Nintendo, I'd be like, no, this is boring now.
I feel like everyone would have fun with it because it's just a laugh. Like when you've had a few beers and you're like, oh come on, you know what I mean? It's like it's just that, like where you sort of like against each other, but in a removed enough way that you're not focused and like right I need to do that. You can still chat, you can still like have a laugh, you can still play.
Yeah,
I feel like in a party environment, or just a few mates round environment, I'm not sure if 4 people can class as a party, but if you've got 4 or 5 friends round and you're just having a beers one night and you play that, it's probably good fun.
See, for me, I'd just do the mini games. Like you can just play the mini games, and I think that's probably what I'd do at a party. Only because I just think the board thing, like I get it, that's what its deal. It just doesn't really do it for me. A lot of the moving around. Apart from the Bowser party.
Right, so it looks gorgeous. The mini games are arbitrary and the majority
some of them are really good, but majority
none of them are really good. Where you go, this was really good. Yeah, I feel like you was wanting to like it more than it was
the
good.
boss battles are good. Like, there's the one on the first thing where you have to jump on the goober's head, you have to keep climbing ladders and to jump on his head, and you've got to keep bouncing on his head. That was fun.
Yeah.
There are a few of the boss battles that are good.
Then you're not like, oh, that was fucking awesome. You're like, okay.
I don't know, the boss battles were fun. I'll say that the boss battles were good. I enjoyed them.
Alright, here's the only question that really matters. Is it worth £40?
I don't think it's worth 40 quid.
No.
I think that...
Because it comes bundled with a Mario Amiibo, which, I mean, you get your money's worth.
The Mario Amiibo's cool.
Which you can have a close look at him. But...
The ones that...
40 quid is not...
No.
It's not good.
And especially if you want to get your Amiibos as well as, get the Mario Party ones. I mean, the only Amiibos as well that it supports, it doesn't support most of these that we've got on now. It
supports
Luigi,
all of these 3.
Mario, Luigi, Peach, but then there's also Rosalina, Toad, who is on his way today, for me. What else is there? Waluigi, not Waluigi, Wario,
it's
Donkey
Wario?
Kong. I'm sure Wario is. Yeah, Wario is part of the thingy. Yeah, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, and I think that's it.
It's weird to me because they've obviously put a lot of time and resources and energy into it to make a good game, but I feel like Nintendo still think the world cares about motion controls that don't work, which we don't.
Yeah, that was for me. I think that was the main issue, was the motion controls that didn't work, and the fact that the Amiibo party wasn't anywhere near as good as the other 2. So as much as I like the fact that they're giving that level of support with the Amiibo party, once I had it, I was like this, you know what I mean? If I'd have spent money on Amiibo just to get that, I'd be disappointed.
Right, we'll wrap it up there anyway. I feel like we spoke about it enough.
Yeah.
To kind of warrant whether it's worth your money or not.
But yeah, like
who should buy it?
Who should buy it?
That's the thing. I'm like the question.
I want to try this out. I'd like to try it out with a group of kids and see what they thought. Do you know, like if there was like 5 kids or whatever.
It's creepy.
It's not creepy as in I'd be sat in the room, but I'd love to give that to like a kid and be like, right, off you go. See what you think, because I know other kids would just play it and just enjoy it for what it is. You know what I mean? It's not creepy at all. But do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, I don't know whether a group of kids would just enjoy it for what it is. You know, because obviously it's easy for us to pull stuff apart because that's what we do. But
no, but it's not a great game.
It's not a great game. No, it's by far not the best Mario Party either.
And it's not worth £40 in my opinion. If you can pick it up for £20, get it.
Yeah. Same as Game and Warrior. If you could pick that up,
that wasn't worth for £5.
Game
and Warrior was terrible.
It wasn't a great game. But again, if you could get that cheap, I'd say get it. But yeah, I think this was in the same kind of. I'd put this in the same category as Game and Warrior.
Yeah. Well, this is better than Game and Warrior for sure. Because
even
this
just
has got like,
it is.
Yeah, even just the attention that they've put to it is a lot more than
Game
Warrior.
I don't think
terrible.
I actually think if it was talking like graphics, like how does it look?
It looks great.
It would be like
it looks great.
I couldn't improve on it any more than how it's beautiful, and I also like the little interactions within the car.
Yeah.
Like if you're watching them and they're all like looking at each other and getting scared.
There's a lot of emotion that they all show and everything's great. Right. Anyway, so yeah, you can check back here for more videos and everything like that, and you can find us on iTunes and all the other podcast dispensaries at Nintendo Sushi or at nintendosushi.com.
We do everything. We do all sorts.
We do everything.
We even reviewed cannabis. Cannabis incense.
But yeah, you're right. Yeah, so cool. Take care. Keep it
rare.
In
each chair. Yogi Bear.
What's that? It's my hair.